Hi, everybody. I'm Alice K. Ruckelhaus from SufferingWell, and we are working on another patience challenge. Okay, now some of you are going to feel like clicking away as soon as you hear what this challenge is. But I urge you not to. Okay, this is going to be a more difficult one than the other two that we've already done. But it's really, really good, and it's really, really important. So what this is the delayed gratification challenge. Okay, especially for those of you who are like my children's generation and under, so like in your 30s or 40s or younger, this is going to be especially hard for you because if you were raised with like Sesame Street, the scene changes every couple seconds or less. If you were raised with Mr. Rogers, then you're kind of used to a slower pace and looking in people's eyes and stuff. But I'm kind of kidding, but I'm not. Anyway, but what we're going to ask you to do this week to build patience, and I'm going to do it right with you, and I think probably David will do it too. I haven't asked him about this, but is we're going to ask you to choose something small. Start with something as small as you can think of at first, something that you really like or you really want that you get each day, and postpone it. Okay, so like maybe it's your morning coffee. Maybe it's checking your phone while you're still in bed before you get out of bed. Maybe it's having dessert or something else. Here are a couple things though. Don't make it something that your health depends on. Like I could put off checking my blood sugar, but that's not a good idea. And don't make it something that's just going to bug somebody else, like fixing dinner for your family. If you're like me and you live by yourself, then you could put off fixing dinner, and that's a great thing to do. But start out with something really small and make yourself put it off for a short time, like 5 minutes. Like let's say that even maybe you want a drink of water, which I need right now. And so you put it off for 5 minutes, and then you can get your drink of water. The next day, try putting something off for 10 minutes, and so on and so forth until you get to where you're waiting for something that you think is like you absolutely have to have that coffee in the morning. Wait and have it an hour later, unless it makes you really grumpy. Um, or you can work on that grumpiness. But here's the thing too. Don't distract yourself. Yes, go ahead and do something else. That's fine. Or if you have the time to just sit with it and just spend the time with God, that's even better. But if you need to do something else, do. But don't distract yourself from the discomfort of the waiting, from the discomfort of putting this off. What we're trying to do is we're trying to build self-control. So we're not only building patience, we're building self-control. And it also helps you to rewire those impulsive habits, things that you think you absolutely have to have, and you need to have them now. It helps us to rewire that so that maybe eventually you might not even find that you need it anymore. It might be something that becomes a treat instead of something that you have to have. But that's not really the goal of this. That would just be an extra bonus. But it's doing things with mindfulness instead of just, oh, I have to have my coffee every day, or I have to do this or that. I have to check my phone before I get out of bed. Let yourself rewire so that that's not something that you do without thinking, and so that it's not something that you have to do to survive. Okay, I don't recommend that you hold your breath for 5 minutes. That's something you have to do to survive, but you don't have to check your phone before you get out of bed in order to survive. In fact, that's not even good for you. That's something that can cause all kinds of harm. So just don't do it. But see if you can put that off. See if you can put it off for up to an hour after, what is that, 12 days? Find something that it would be a challenge for you to do this with, and that will be your ultimate goal. But first, start with something very, very easy. So in the comments below, write down what it is that you're going to work on putting off. Okay, and whether or not you think it's going to be hard or easy, kind of put that in there too. I really would appreciate if you all list a lot of them, because, and even if there's things that you're going to put off later, like today, maybe you're just working on something easy, but tomorrow you're going to work something a little bit harder and a little bit harder. Go ahead and list all those things, because it'll give people ideas. We're here to all help each other. Okay. And The other thing that I want you to do is come back in a few days or a week or something and tell us how it's going. And then also, here's one more thing I want you to do is as you make your comment, look and see other people's comments. Comment on those and ask them, how can I pray for you? Or just say, I'm praying for you right now, and stop and pray. We want this to be a community. We have seen people developing friendships, people who live long way away from each other. They're probably never going to meet in person, but they've become friends here, praying for each other, encouraging each other. And that's exactly what we want to see. That's so awesome. The other thing that I want to mention, and I mentioned this with the first challenge, is that we have an email class. It's about 6 months long. You get 2 emails a week. It's free, and it's about patience. So it works through Bible study, through studying the lives of people who practiced patience, and with some very practical things for you to do. And you get it twice a week. Did I say that already? You get it twice a week. Be patient with me, please. And it's free. And we take your email off of our list when it's done. We don't keep it to send you advertising or try to get money or anything like that. We don't try to get money while you're doing it either. We're not trying to get money from anybody for anything. So just take advantage of that if you feel like that would be helpful. All right. I love you all. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you all so much. Bye-bye.